Psalm 66 and verse 10 to 12. For thou, O God, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net. Thou laidest affliction upon our loins. Did you see that? Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. Did you get that? Now, the first word, the first thing we are looking at here is the verse 10. He said, for thou hast proved us, O God, and thou hast tried us as silver is tried. That is the first thing. Are you together with me? Now, looking at the last verse we read, that's verse 2, the last phrase, the last statement made there. He said, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. Which means the first thing is, the reason for the first thing is to achieve the second thing. Oh, did you get what I said?
Yes, sir.
The reason for the first thing God did was to achieve the second thing. So he proved us, he tried us as silver is tried, in order to do what? To bring us into a wealthy place. However, in other sentences before we got there, he began to show us on how God tried us. Did you get that now? He began to show us on how God tried us. He said, as silver is tried. Now the question is, how is silver tried? Okay, can we read from another translation? Yes, please.
For you, God tested us.
Now, this is NIV saying, for you, O God, tested us.
You refined us
You refined us
like silver.
like silver. I love that. You refined us like silver. One is that you tested us. Two is that you refined us like silver. How does silver get refined? Are we together here? How do we refine silver? Silver is refined through fire. Is that not true now? So the first thing God did was to do what? To test us. The second thing he did was to do what? Refine us. There is no way you can see silver and recognize silver if silver is not refined. Are you with me? There is no how you will see gold and appreciate gold if gold is not refined. So there should be a refining before you could say that this one is good for use. Are you following me here? So he said, God, you have tested us, you have proved us, and you have tried us, you have refined us as silver is being refined through fire. So now the question is, why is he doing this? To bring us into the place of wealth. Not in the place of riches. He said it's in the place of wealth. Okay, now look at the processes. Look at the processes. Please, can you go ahead?
You brought us into prison.
He said, you brought us into prison.
And laid bondage on our backs.
And you laid burdens on our backs.
You let people ride over our heads.
You allowed people to ride over our lives.
We went through fire and water.
We went through fire and water.
But you brought us to a place of abundance.
But you brought us into the place. Did you see that? So the process of refining us was that first he took us into prison. Second was that he now laid burdens upon us. Oh, King James said, thou broughtest us into the net. That's verse 10. Or verse 11 rather. Thou broughtest us into the net, that is prison. Thou laidst affliction upon our loins. You brought us into the place of imprisonment Not Satan's imprisonment, you imprisoned us. Which means you didn't give us the freedom we demanded for. Lord, you didn't allow us to rest. You put us in a place that we didn't have any choice of our own. Are you following me? God, you blocked us. Even when we demanded for freedom, Lord, you arrested us at a place. Not because you wanted punishing us, but because you wanted achieving something. And what was this thing you wanted achieving? To refine us, just as silver is refined. You placed burdens upon us. Look at verse 12. He said, you have caused men to ride over our head. That is the test. That is the test. Remember, he said you have tested us and then you have refined us. So the testing is that you put us in your prison, you placed burden upon us, and then you allowed men to ride upon us. So he did all these things to know if at all. The Bible said he tested the heart and the reins of men. He said, I have brought you through this wilderness for these 40 years so that I will test your heart. Now that is to make you understand that whatever thing God is allowing you to pass through is that he is, one, checking your heart, the posture of your heart. And two, he is trying to modify you into something beautiful that men may admire. Oh, are you still with me? The point is that many of us look at the troubles, oftentimes, our heart. God is not interested on your countenance. God is interested in your heart. What is the posture of your heart? He said, you have tested us, you have proved us, you have tried us. So you put us in the prison. And this is the reason why many of us will pray and say, God, can you just let this affliction pass? And God is quiet. God cannot bring you into the place of wealth if he has not trained you to act like a wealthy man. Before a king, in those years, before a prince gets married to a princess, they must first of all go and train the princess. You know, they had personal trainers who trained the prince to become a king and trained the princess to become a queen. Do you know that? Hope you know. They do it even in England now. Alright? So, they will train the princess on how to become a queen. This is how a queen should talk. This is how a queen should act. This is how a queen should walk. This is how a queen should eat. This is how a queen should respond to king. So they don't just forget about these Nigerian movies that the prince will now see a man from the road and say, okay, now I'm interested in you, I want to marry you. Those years they will betroth the princess or the lady to the prince, and then the training has started. What I'm saying is that if God doesn't train you to start acting like a wealthy man, when wealth comes, you will misuse it. Are you with me? The purpose for which God trains us is so that we will have that mindset of wealthy people. So that when the wealth will come, we will have the ability to accommodate the wealth. We will have the ability to handle the wealth that is coming to us. The problem is not having the wealth. The problem is on how to handle the wealth. Oh, are you still with me? So you have put us in your prison and you have laid burdens. Lord, this trouble is too much, and he's telling you, I'm allowing it so that it can train you. Most of the problem we face is a training process. It's a training process. Many a time you will not know why God is training you in that dimension, but it's a training process. Lord, I'm afflicted. Lord, this has happened to me. Lord, that has happened to me. And the Lord is saying, I'm allowing it. I'm allowing it. Do you know the truth? If God had given so many of us money when we demanded for money, we will not be in love with God now. That's the truth. If God had given us money when we demanded for it, we will not love God. So many people will misuse the money. Is that not true? Yeah, because you will not know now that you have suffered a little and God is blessing you. When that money comes, you will now know the value of that thing you are having.